guys, welcome back. So today we are talking about style. What do you mean by that? Transforming your style. Let's get into it. So this is going to be a 3-part series about transforming your style, kind of finding it and seeing what works for you. And I mean that in like the beauty, physical, mental, but mainly the physical, like the outside appearance, outfits, things like that. Doing what works for you. That is key. Number 1 to transforming your style. My credentials are I've been dripped out for years, my whole life, and it's like that's not even the main component, but it's one of them. Having that experience and it coming naturally to me, I feel like it's something to share with the general public, because if you know, you know. Like, you can either put it on or you can't, and you're aware of it. So with that means trying new things like makeup, jewelry, different styles. I feel like in general you kind of know what you gravitate towards, like whether it's like a grunge style, a softer style, anything like that. And I think that could be the hardest part, is kind of categorizing what it is. I don't think we need to categorize, but I think it helps when trying to find our style and figure out what you're kind of into, figuring out what you like. It's a lot of trial and error, and I think it's always worth the shot if it means that you're gonna feel your best. With so many different categories, aesthetics, all that is hard, honestly, if you're just not, if you don't gravitate to it naturally, but you want to. I think the best thing to do is finding inspiration on Pinterest. It's so cliche, but it's true. See what you like, see who you like at the time of finding those pieces. But if it's something you're truly dedicated to wanting to overall be the best version of yourself, or the version of yourself you like the most, I think it's definitely worth the time and money. I believe in thrifting down. I've thrifted all my life out of necessity and then out of want and style. So there's so many options. It's just if you're wanting it, you know, wanting to try it out and find stuff you like. It's always worth it if you're down for it. Some more in the trying new things era is jewelry. I'm a huge silver girly, but I recently dyed my hair back to its natural color, kind of way darker. I used to be a blonde for the past 2 years, and that's been a huge adjustment. But the reason I did it was because I want to try gold jewelry. I think there's different pairings that work super well, but I think everything works out well. Like, I think dark hair and mixed jewelry is beautiful. I think light hair and like gold jewelry, or light hair and silver jewelry, depending on what type of vibe you're trying to go for. And I know the vibe I'm going for is like a mixed metal dark hair type of look. And I feel like you get what I mean, like just those different phenotypes that just eat. And it's like things do match and look good, but things also don't match and look amazing. Like, you just gotta feel it out and see what you kind of like. What I love about life is that experimenting and seeing what you like. Truly, it's like that's a part of kind of knowing yourself, is knowing what things you like. Surface level of like, I like this and that, you know, just what sticks out to you. Nails, something to embrace as well. It's definitely such a fun style, and what type of nails you get, if you're like almond girly, duck nails, anything, and like junk nails or just French tips. There's so much to experiment with, and I feel like I personally put myself in such a box of like, I need to do this and that, but I'm starting to get out of that box and be like, just try whatever. I don't think anything is that deep to be having to put yourself in boxes like that. It's just literally not, but it's fun. It's just fun to experiment with these things, and definitely something to consider if you're going for a look and vibe you want to give off. I definitely think proportions are also a big part of like how you want your clothes to fit. If you like baggier outfits, if you like a baggy soft girl look, or like a baggy grungy look, or like a light color look, or a baddie like dark outfit look. Like, I think that kind of works into proportions outside of your body type, just like what you like outside of your body type, you know? Next category is doing everything with an open mind. I think you know if you like something, and if you don't, even though it's kind of hard to pick up, you kind of can feel it out. Don't let anyone dictate what you're doing, quite literally. Like, I get there's rules and people in charge of you or any guardians, anything like that. But like, don't let them take that away from you, because I feel like your style is all that you, not even all that you have, but how you present yourself is one of the closest things to you, and it's super important to be able to control that. So I get the frustration if you can't, but that's like the point of like trying things out and really trying to break your bound. But you're like, I can never do that. Like, you have to try it out in your way. That's like, I feel like that's the creative work working, instead of like just taking something for as it is and kind of how you see it. Like if you see someone in a, let's just do a black skims dress for example, you're like, I can never, because you just aren't comfortable with showing your body or like the shape or anything. What if you did it with a cute cardigan that is like in your color palette and stuff like that? Like, it's simple little tweaks that mentally you can kind of change, you know, of like the possibility, instead of completely just like cutting it off because you can't at that time, or like the price or anything like that. That's why dreamers dream, because that's all you got, low key. Like, you just have to try the best to your ability. Big thing is, as we know, is clothes and confidence. It's easy to take pictures online and be like, that's it, and not wear it out. I do wear the stuff that I wear out. Like, I'm okay with, like, you know, if my butt's out, I'm confident in that, because that's just who I am. If that's not you, then don't try to make it you, unless that's what you want. Like, I feel like some things people try out of trying to be like, but don't force yourself. Don't force it. Like, that's how you know someone, like, you're taking someone's style. And I feel like originality is rare, but it's also in between the cracks, because there's so many things. I think it's really cool and fun to try out other people's style, but that's where it gets lost if it's not you, because your intentions are kind of unclear with you trying to kind of take someone else's style. But inspiration is perfectly fine. Inspiration is the best thing we have. That's why Pinterest, pinning your interest, vibes, like, you are you, you're one of one. Don't let these physical things take that away from you, because you're not, no one else is gonna be you, no one is like you, you're one of one, quite literally. So don't let the clothes take it away, but also try to do it with your own, with that in mind, that you are special and that you don't have to take anything from anyone, period. Like, you just don't. I think colors are a huge thing. I am huge on colors. I just love, like, my room, I have paintings, and I love colors, and I like dark and light. I like a lot of contrast, and I feel like I definitely play that with my clothes a lot. Unintentionally, I don't really buy pastel clothes like that, because I don't like the way they show on me. Doesn't mean that they don't look good. I just think it's not my vibe. Like, I kind of like a darker but colorful look. That's my vibe. Like, the primary colors, I love primary colors, and like black and white, those are tea to me. But I also love every color. But it's kind of like, I like to think you get what I mean. There is color theory when people get their color palettes done. I feel like I would be really good at that, because I take into account people's vibe instead of like what's physically there. If you're like giving like grunge, and then warm colors are an option, and you may not grab it, you just don't like that, but you have like warm tones, who's to say you just have to wear a warm color palette, you know? So I feel like that's a huge factor, and just like really staring at yourself and saying like, ooh, or finding someone who can help you out with that you trust. I'm gonna be doing some examples and kind of building outfits in part 3 of this series with the color palettes, and kind of considering that. I just wanted to touch on it briefly in this video. I think comfort is such a big thing. Kind of fitting things to match your body, that will transform your style. Let's say you already like what you wear, but something's a little off. Try to play with different sizes and crops, and like cuffing or uncuffing, kind of seeing what works best on your waist. I feel like that is such an experiment in itself that makes the biggest difference. Like, those little tweaks make the difference of like transforming your style. If you're looking and you're like, something's off, you know? If you're not comfortable showing your waist or like having low rise, then don't do it. But there may be a crop of a shirt that you may be okay with that works best with like a high rise pant, you know? Like, so much beautiful fun fashion things. I'm not a professional at all by any means. I just like to think I know it looks good because I am a photographer and I am an artist. I tattoo. I put it on a little bit from time to time. These are my siblings. Like, this, like, be so for real. My sister is at Lim Zeben, and please, like, y'all, she has the best style. My brother is Gary Wash 4. He has amazing style as well, especially for guys. And I just think that, like, I've been surrounded with such icons. Like, I'm more into like my makeup and my accessories and stuff, and just making sure my outfit looks good, you know? That's my lane personally, but I'm like, I'm working on it, and that's why I wanted to do this as a testament, and like, not even a testament, but like as a documentation of me kind of working on my style, but also giving everyone some tips on transforming your style, because I'm kind of in the midst of doing that myself. Another thing that I love are tattoos. I think do it, always do it. I'm a tattoo girly. I want more, I want to be covered, and I feel like it plays a huge part in my confidence and style. My tattoos are my best accessory. I love them down. I did them myself, so that's where this ego thing is from. It's like, if I'm wearing something so simple, my tattoos elevate it for me, and that's my favorite thing. If I'm wearing something extravagant, my tattoos add to it, and it's just like, girl, like, there's a lot going on, and I love that. That's one of my biggest favorite things about me and my style and having my tattoos. Any drastic change you do, you're always going to be you, and that always is going to seep through. And I don't want you to like forget that, like getting lost in the sauce of like these physical things of like clothes and stuff, because it is overwhelming, but it's so fun. Like, yeah. And I love when you kind of make mistakes when you're getting dressed and you're like, I shouldn't have ever done that, and it's like, now you know. And I think that's the best part, truly. Hygiene is a big factor, especially like scent and all that, and I can get deeper into that later on, but I feel like that's something you really have to experiment with as well. And I feel like that's something new to try, like a scent that goes with your outfit, so you're just embodying a vibe. Like, truly, I think that they make such beautiful fragrant palettes for you to experiment with, to be like, ooh, I'm just so dainty. Even if you're like, if you're wearing this super sweet scent and you're mixing it with like kind of a tomboy outfit type of aesthetic, you're like, oh. Or if you're wearing a girly outfit with like a masculine scent, you're just like, ooh. Like, everything goes hand in hand, and you just gotta find what hands work with what hands, okay? Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed these tips on transforming your style, getting some inspo, kind of like not sure what you want to do, but you're curious, you want to dip your toe in, you're already in, and you're just like, what's this girl talking about? But she's like low-key right, because it's like, I went through that same thing. And I was like, yes, like literally. I'm happy you made it to this video. In part 2, we are going to be doing some shopping. And chit-chatting. I'm going on a trip, so we are gonna do some online shopping together. I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna get down to it. Part 3 is kind of how to put it together using all these tips, and I hope it's useful, because if you look good, you feel good. Everyone says it, and it's true. You should listen to people who say that and wonder why they look good. I love you guys. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for listening to me ramble about fashion and style, all of that.